Hey guys, so I just wanted to show you a few apps that I like to use when editing photos. The first one, instead of using the camera, the native camera app that comes with the phone, I really enjoy using Lightroom because you can shoot in RAW. So if I open up the camera down here, you'll see the DNG at the top there. That's shooting a raw photo, so it has a lot more information in the picture. So you take a picture of a building looking up, you want the sky, you want those clouds in focus and exposed right, but the building is very dark. You take the picture and the DNG file still saves all that information in that dark building. So when you adjust the exposure, you can adjust the exposure for just that building, bringing up those shadows, just to make that picture really pop, the sky and the building. So let's get out of the camera app. Let's go into a photo that I've taken on this app. Let's use this. I think I have put a matte on here. So when you go to presets, if you have Lightroom on your computer and you use that to edit, and you've downloaded a preset pack, which are basically filters, a lot of professional photographers will sell a set of their presets. Presets are a really good starting point for editing any picture. So if I click on presets here, these are just the native Lightroom presets. You got the natural, bright, high contrast and detail, vivid, and matte, which I think I already applied matte to this photo, so we won't do that again. But say you do apply one, you can just hit the check mark in the top right corner, or if you don't want to apply it, just hit the X there and get out of that. This is a paid app, so you see the little stars by geometry and then the healing brush and selective. If you pay, I believe it's like $2.99 a month. The healing brush is a tool where say you take a portrait of someone and they might have a zit or something, or a pimple. You can remove that with the healing brush and it looks great. The selective, you can say that little tiny corner of this picture right here where the sky is, say I didn't want to adjust the brightness or anything in that picture but wanted to focus solely on the building, I could select that sky portion up there, and then all of the building I would be editing, adjusting brightness or bringing up shadows or contrast or clarity or anything like that, and the sky wouldn't be affected. You can crop it here, you can adjust the straightness. So I like to use grids when I take photos. It just I don't know, it's something I like to do. I like to make sure my picture is straight. I try to do that, so you don't have to do these fine-tune adjustments in the app. It just makes things a little quicker. Sometimes it is hard to get back on 0, so if I can't get on 0, just go up here, hit undo change. We'll undo it again because I messed around with it several times. You can, down here on the right, you can click straighten. That will take a look at the picture and it will decide what is straight and what is not. Let's go. Hello. So it adjusted it a little bit. When I aligned this photo up, I used the stairs. That was just kind of the angle, the vantage point that I wanted to get. I wanted that bottom stair in this picture to just smoothly go across the bottom of the frame. So that's how I lined this one up. So we get out of that crop. Auto, you hit that. That's what the picture originally looked like. and then I put that matte finish on it, and it just kind of dulls it up, makes it look a little flat. They do have profiles here with pretty much like kind of like Instagram-y type filters. I'm not a huge fan of these. Maybe in some cases they might be useful. There's a lot of different black and white options that you have in here. And black and white for the blues, the green, yellow, orange, red. I mean, there are a lot of profiles in this though. When you go into light, you can use curves. You can adjust for the colors, the red, green, and blues down here. Curves, you just kind of, you're down here on the bottom left, you're adjusting the shadows. And then up here on the top part of it, you're adjusting highlights. Usually a good, they call it the S curve because that's kind of the most flattering usually when you're using the curves, adjusting exposure. But like I was saying, if you go into reds, this will adjust all of the reds. You can move it down into green. That's just grabbing it from the middle. Say you wanted a little bit of green, but like brightening up with the red a little bit. I don't know. I don't really care for those style of edits. You hold the picture like this, it shows you what it originally looked like. You let go, it shows you what edits you've done to it. Didn't mean to back all the way out of that. Let's see, we'll go to color here. You can adjust the white balance. You can use a dropper to set your white balance. Just go anywhere and it kind of reads where this magnified dropper is at, and we'll adjust the white balance accordingly to that. Which we did not want to do that, so oh great. So yeah, that's kind of mainly what I wanted to show you in this app anyway. Another app that I really like right now is Snapseed. Now you just hit that plus button and it'll pull up your camera roll, and you can open up any of the photos that you want in here that way. This will show you your last edits over here on the very far left. So the picture I had in here last was this picture, and I did previously edit it in here. That's a hard word to say, edit it. Okay. Anyway, last edits, this is what I did to it. Basically all I did was I went to the accentuate filter right here, and then I just messed around with curves a little bit. So that's pretty much, so we'll do apply edits, and I'll just kind of show you what I did. You go to tools, there's a curves section in here also, and you can adjust, like I was saying again, you can bring the shadows down, come up here and boost the highlights, and you have a very contrasty kind of picture. I've already done it, so obviously this looks really bad, but say you wanted to see what it looked like before, up here in the top right corner you'll see the square with the dots on one side and the line going through the square. If you click on that, it'll show you what it looked like before. You let go of that and it shows you what you have on your screen with the edit right now. You go in here and there's some kind of filters for curves itself. Shows you a little preview of what it will look like. You click on that and it will automatically adjust the curves to get the effect that you're seeing in that preview. I don't want any of those, so we'll back out of that. There's so much you can do with this app. I mean, this could be an insanely long video just showing you the different things on here. I mean, there's a million different little frames that you can put around pictures. Just basic black, rounded corners, make it look like it came out like you're looking through a viewfinder of a DSLR or something like that. You can do double exposures in here, which is really cool. Double exposures, so you take a picture of like a tree, like the edge of a tree with a bunch of leaves on it, and then you take a picture of your face. You can make it look like your face is that tree. Got HDR in here, people, nature, strong, fine and strong. HDR is kind of cool with like certain kind of landscapes with water, lights in the city, that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Not so much for this picture. I don't know, there's so much that I could show you on this app. Another app that I like to use though is lens distortion down here. It can let you put in these really cool light hits. You can flip it so it just automatically throws it up in the left hand corner like that, but looking at this picture, you know that's not where the sun would be coming from naturally. So you can flip it horizontally, and then you can drag that over into the right corner where the sun would have been coming from. You can drag it way back so you can just get the bottom part of those flares, or you can bring it in a little more. I kind of like it right there like that. Get a nice little lens flare coming off of that. You can adjust the color, make it look really crazy. The saturation, contrast, opacity, it's at 100%. You can see if I bring it down where it's more aggressive, you can bring down the opacity of it. I kind of like it at the full opacity and just drag way back, so it just looks like the sun is just kind of shining on the front of that building, and throwing a little lens flare over the lens. You can adjust the softness, kind of bring it in to show you. So that really takes down that lens flare when you bring down the softness. You can see it's the lens flare right there in the middle of the picture is a lot stronger now. As you bring that softness, you don't even have to adjust it too far, and it gets rid of that. But we'll put that light hit about right there. I think that looks pretty good. You go up here, you can save image or share it to any of the social media that you want to. And once you save that, just go into your photos, and there it is. But yeah, those are the 3 apps that I like to use when taking and editing photos on my phone. Lightroom, Snapseed, and lens distortion. I feel like those 3 just all work very well.
Nope.